Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blood in the land. Welcome back, Legend Community. It's Matic 365, or you can call me Matic. The choice is yours. Today I'm back with a new video, and this video is actually something I've never done before on my actual channel. And shouts out to Jasmine Rooms. This was one of her actual suggestions to me, right along with being inspired by Rose the Rundown when it comes to ranking one of my favorite TV shows till this day when it comes down to it anime-wise, and it's no other than Digimon Digital Monsters. All right, seasons 1 through 4 ranking. I actually enjoy all the shows, but for their differences and right along with things that I really do enjoy about the show. So let's get right into it. The first show is something that really grew on me. When I watched it as a teenager, I didn't really like the idea or concept behind it. Wasn't really engaged into it. But then Matic 365 went back and watched it as an adult because I do have Digimon Season 1 through 4 on DVD. And then I said, you know what? I really like this show. So let's get into my number one. My number one is Digimon Frontier. All right, no denying it. I really like what they did with Digimon Frontier. The best thing about the show, I gotta be real with y'all, is the introductions to the character. We have JP, we have Takuya, we have Zoe, which is the only girl in the series. We have Koji, you know what I'm saying? We have Tommy, and then we have Koji's brother, Koichi. I like that the Digi-Destined, it seemed like there were a lot more men, boy Digi-Destined, excuse me, than a girl Digi-Destined. She was the only one this time. But their evolutions, they were turning into the Digimon. I was like, this spirit evolution thing was really cool. It was well explored. The designs for it, oh, they was cooking. Did y'all see some of the designs for these Digimon? I was like, yo! And each time, the designs looked a lot better. Like, it was getting crispier each time. I'm like, oh, they was cooking with this. They said, look, they ain't got Digimon. They're in the digital world, too, by the way. And it kind of gave me, I don't know if anyone else felt this way, it reminded me of Harry Potter. Don't ask me why, but it did, because they were riding the train throughout some of the episodes. I did like the story dealing with duality when it came to Digimon. I think Digimon always kind of explored duality throughout it, whether it was with Koji's brother, you know what I'm saying, being Dustmon and the light and darkness duality thing going on. The other thing was just the actual story being more in the digital world. They did go outside the digital world too. And the Digivices looked really cool. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Digivices looked really cool. And actually, this was one of the shows that I was not gonna say like, yo, this is the greatest show. I'm like, they was cooking with this. I like the ideas, just the world building. The reason why the digital world was kind of in a bit of a chaotic mode because there was another digital war about to take place. And honestly, Digimon Frontier did cook. All right. No denying it. And like I said before, it's definitely one of my top shows when it comes to Digimon. Now, number two is actually one of the shows I really enjoyed out of the Digimon franchise, out of seasons 1 through 4, and it's no other than Digimon Tamers, all right? Digimon Tamers, when I watched it, it kind of gave me Yu-Gi-Oh vibes, like early on, like, you know, because they were using the cards to modify their Digimon to do attacks and moves, defense, and accessories to their Digimon. That was really well explored. The actual Digi-Destined were really interesting. I felt like the Digi-Destined, whether it was Takato, Henry, Rika, you know what I'm saying, Ryu, you know what I'm saying, and even some of Takato's friends, Jerry, and then the other two guys, they were like the polar opposites. Like with Terriermon, Henry was more stern and serious. Terriermon was more playful but knowledgeable. He's like the Yoda of Digimon. He's giving Jews. He's talking to Calamine. And with Takato, Gilmon was kind of goofy, kind of serious, you know what I'm saying, when he wanted to be. And then you had Redamon, which was kind of like Rika in a way. They were kind of like, maybe that's why they kind of clashed. But I like that Rika wasn't like the other girl Digidestins. Like I said, we had Zoe. We'll talk about the other ones too. She had a harder life than the other two main characters and even the other Digidestin. And she was no joke, all right? She didn't want to work with the other Digidestin. She like, nah. But the coolest part about Digimon Tamers is that some of the villains were based off the Chinese Zodiac. You know what I'm saying? Well, I should say was based off the Chinese Zodiac, like the full Chinese Zodiac, which really worked for the show. I even liked when Impmon became Beelzemon when it came down to it. And then it also, we were in a human world. They were actually hunting Digimon in the human world. And then they end up going to the digital world due to, you know, circumstances and everything. Honestly, I would say Digimon Season 3, it made me cry. That last episode, I don't know anybody else felt that way. I teared up on that last episode when Henry Daddy became the villain. Talking about the Digimon gotta go back to the digital world. They were never meant to actually live in the actual human reality. Yeah, I kind of teared up, boy. I was like, dang, boy, Henry, your daddy the villain, you ain't even know it. But also, I like the concept of the Digimon fusing with the humans. I liked when Gilmon became Pal, you know what I'm saying, Paldramon, you know what I'm saying, Rika's Digimon having, I think it was Talis, she was like some type of talisman Digimon. And then you had, you know, Terriermon, his evolution, where he's like this dog now. He has the dog face animation. He can shoot missiles out. Like, Digimon was getting away with stuff that Pokemon wasn't able to get away with. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The censorship, they was cooking. Because even when you saw the bodies of the kids, I'm like, whoa, WADL. FS, what are y'all doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they definitely was pushing it. I was like, whoa. But yeah, so Digimon Tamers will definitely have another special place in my heart, right along with Season 4. So that's my number 2. And my number 3 is the first show that I was introduced to getting into the Digimon franchise, Digimon Digital Monsters. So what I liked about it is we learned about how these kids got transported at summer camp, and we're introduced to Tai. I can relate to Tai right along with Takuya. I forgot to mention being the leader. We got Izzy, we got Joe, Mimi, Sora, TK, Kari. Nice group of kids within the show. They all had their differences. One was a computer geek. You had the leader. You had the sports nerd, which was, I would say, Sora, right along with Matt as well. We had Mimi, which is this American girl that is living in Japan. We had Joe, that was kind of the, I guess you could say, older nerd that was introduced. On top of that, we had Dope Digimon that was introduced too, right? We had pretty much Agumon. Agumon was a really dope concept. I really liked when he became Skull Greymon. That was creepy. That was creepy, man. You know what I'm saying? Gobbleterrymon. I like when he became Weregarurumon. I felt like those Digidestins, Digimon had really cool concepts. Mimi's Digimon, that was like a living plant Digimon. Like I said, Joe had pretty much, I guess you could say, like a sea lion, marine-like Digimon. But the kids that were the Digidestin's siblings, oh, they was cooking. I mean, TK had Angelmon, you know what I'm saying? What's her name? Ty's sister Kari had Angel Womanmon. I was like, yo, how was they getting away with that? How was they getting away with that? Y'all saw some of the designs on them Angel Digimon. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying, because I'm not lying. Some of the stuff they was getting away with Digimon, I'm like, yo, Digimon, you sure you still want to be around? But I gotta say, even the villains were really good with Digimon when it came to Devilmon, my oldest mom, you know what I'm saying? Other Digimon that they encountered within the show while they were in the digital world. They even had this Jedi figure that was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, Jedi, I should say, when it came down to it. Was really interesting. It was kind of like this voice of reason for the Digi-Destiny and kind of telling them what took place in the digital world. Honestly, I felt like Digimon Season 1 is the reason I actually got into the other seasons of Digimon. And that's my main reason why I continue forward with Digimon, because of the first season, the OG season. So that's my number 3. Now, number 4 is actually a continuation of Digimon Season 1. Digimon Adventure Season 2, right? So Digimon Adventure Season 2 introduced us to new Digi-Destined, right along with the OGs from the previous season, Digimon Season 1. We're introduced to Davis. Davis, I really liked his design. He had the goggles, he had this cool like outfit. I was like, yo, that was Digimon Season 2. I really liked when they got in the digital world. They actually had these costumes when they got into the digital world. I'm like, yo, bro, they out here swagging it up in the digital world. And the crazy thing about it is, other characters we introduced to, Yoli. We're also introduced to Cody. Cody's the new brainy kid out of the bunch. We're introduced to TK again and Kari. Now they're a little bit older and they're not the younger Digi-Destined anymore. And I actually liked what they did with their Digimon, like the actual, where the Digimon were fusing with one another. So I guess the fusion method was kind of always a thing with Digimon when it came down to it. I even liked the villains for Digimon, all right? We had one Digi-Destined that was a villain, and that was Ken. Ken pretty much was the Digimon Emperor, and poor Wormmon. Wormmon was scared of his own Digi-Destiny. Bro was like, I don't want to get whooped. And it also explored how he was taking over the digital world with these black spears. We're also introduced to Dark War Greymon, which is the Shadow the Hedgehog of Greymon. That's the best way to describe him. And then we have these other two Digimon, that one that can turn into a spider, the other one that can turn into a mummy. I think my reason why this is my number 4, because some of the story arcs that didn't completely finish with Kari and Ken, and I was like, something happened. And maybe that's the reason why they had to change the story dynamics when it came down to it. But Digimon Season 2 definitely wasn't my favorite, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. And also, I liked the ending. We saw that the Digi-Destined had their own kids, and their kids were like them. Most of them looked like their actual parents or parents. And we actually saw the OG Digi-Destined. But it is the hardest working blood on YouTube, guys. You tell me in the comments, what is your ranking for Digimon Seasons 1 through 4? And also tell me in the comments, who was your favorite Digi-Destined? It is the hardest working blood on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing, and also hit that bell if you want to stay notified. It is the hardest working blood on YouTube, guys, and I'm out.